audience questions in 1 minute. I just have one last question here, so just get your questions ready. And as a reminder, when we call on you, please say who you are and if you're affiliated with an organization, and please try to make it a question. I'm a good enforcer of that. We talked a little bit about workers, and I wanted to bring it back to workers. Just yesterday, we saw, at least in the ADP data, that in the private sector jobs, we've actually seen declines. We'll say in the previous administration, we were never had seen a job decline month to month. And now we are seeing 3 in the last 4 months data that there is actual job declines. I think there's a lot of open questions of how much AI is impacting jobs already, but at least initial stages, there seems to be good indications that at least for people exiting college and coming into the workforce for the first time, they are seeing they're bearing the biggest brunt. So as you're thinking about training models, how are you thinking about that specific problem? People who are coming out of college, looking for jobs. People will still need those employees later on, second, third year when they have judgment, and AI can't really replace all that training. But how are you seeing that differential? And is it making you think, how is it shaping your plans?
Well, there are a lot of jobs available, and we don't have the workers to do them right now. So that number did not have to be that way if we had the training in place to give people the right skills for the jobs that are currently available, like electricians. I don't know, across the country, there are thousands and thousands of jobs available for people who, are qualified to build things like data centers and semiconductor plants. Even some white-collar jobs, like in cybersecurity. So if I think we've got to be pretty dynamic about this. We've got to have the right data. This administration has not been good in getting accurate data. They actually fire the people that do those jobs. But if we have the right data and we have a dynamic way of doing workforce training, and we can also communicate a message to young people especially, but also people in mid-career that might be displaced, these are the kind of careers you need to be going into, we could reverse that number, I think, relatively quickly, because there are a lot of jobs available somebody needs a job right now, go move to Phoenix and start making semiconductors. Really, there are job openings there today, or anything in, union apprenticeships if you're, good working with your hands or you want to do something like that. So it's just matching the jobs available, with the people who are looking for jobs and making sure they have the training to do those jobs.
Yeah, in our country, what distinguishes us from many others that handle this better is that we leave it up to the worker to bear the burden of training themselves. And so we really can't just pick up and move to Phoenix. But if there was training where you were, where you didn't have to put out all the money because it was a partnership between business and government, then it would make it easier for people to manage these transitions.
Yeah, I think some countries have programs where if you lose your job, you go to the unemployment office and then they immediately send you to some training program.
That's actually good.
Yeah, where there's a job on the other end of the training program. It's like just a pipeline. You lost this job, we're going to get you into another one rather quickly.
Yeah.